What's up, the internet land? It's your girl Sean here, the travel diva herself, the proud owner of Travel and Sexy Travel Agency and your luxury cruise specialist. We are on day two. Yesterday we did day one of my experiences aboard the Virgin Voyages cruise line. So today we're going to talk about day two and kind of what we did. But before we get into that, I just want to just kind of round off with a couple other things in regards to day one. So if you saw yesterday's video, we talked about, getting there the day before, if possible. We talked about what the onboarding process was, the embarkation. We talked about where we had dinner that particular night. And I think I touched on a little bit about the stateroom, but I'm going to pick up from there a little bit, and we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to move on into day two. So, in terms of our cabin, we actually stayed in the front of the ship. I think I did mention this yesterday. Again, we had a great sea terrace room with a balcony. We had a tablet that controlled the curtains in the room. We controlled the TV. Um, it even had a function on there for the mood. So if you were watching a movie, you could just press a button and the lights and stuff in the room and the ceilings would change. Um, if you were with your significant other and you want to be, as I like to say, romantical, there was actually one that said mood. Again, it closed the curtains, it would dim the light. You guys can take it from there. One of the other, let's see, one of the other moods was Zen. So, if you're kind of in that, that your meditation, yoga kind of thing, again, the lights would dim and it would do certain things. So, the tablet really functioned as your gateway to different things in your room. One of the other things that was included in your room is every day they would come in and you could either get regular water or sparkling water. They would fill that up daily as well as ice. Again, those things were included. You didn't have to ask for them. It just kind of automatically happened. So again, I think I did mention the um, room yesterday, but I just wanted to kind of clarify that again and kind of go over that. So now we're on to day two. What did we do day two? Day two was actually our first day at sea. Okay, we didn't hit our first port until the following day, the third day, which was Costa Maya, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But in terms of day two was a day at sea, as I said, and basically, it's a good day to really just kind of, again, explore the ship, learn the ship, hang out at the pool if you want. Plenty of bars again on the ship. Between it didn't matter whether you were in the front part of the ship, middle of the ship, or the back part of the ship. There was usually a bar somewhere to get a drink. Now, what was kind of cool, if you downloaded the app, you could just simply shake your phone and you could get champagne brought to you. Didn't do that. I'm not a champagne drinker, but that was one of the features that you were able to do with your phone. All right. So again, day two, we just kind of hung around and we kind of walked around and just kind of really got ourselves more acclimated to the ship. Now, I will say this: I did not spend a lot of time at the pool. And most times, no matter what ship I'm on, I usually take at least a day, if not two, and spend some time at the pool. I'm not necessarily out there sunbathing. I don't think I really need a tan that much, but I do like to at least get in the water at least once or twice while I'm on the ship. However, I didn't do that with Virgin, and I'm going to tell you why. This to me was one of the, I guess, cons, or one of the things that I did not truly like about the pool. The pool area was difficult to navigate. Um, I'm going to see if I can't find a way to insert a picture into this video. But again, it was really hard to navigate. The way the pool was set up is that it was just round. It was, like kind of oblong in shape. And it had chairs, lounge chairs, kind of all around it. But wasn't any place to actually um, you had to kind of there were like bars all kind of round, and you more or less had to pull yourself up. And to me, that seemed dangerous because if that pool area is wet, Someone could easily slip. Someone who may have issues or mobility issues, that would be hard to do. So I think that was one of the things that Virgin got wrong. Now, once you got in the pool, they had the bar and the stairs for you to go down. But even again, it was just awkward. So I'm really gonna try to see if I can't really insert a picture, like I said, into this video. But it was really awkward to get into the pool. So it was one of the things that I did not really enjoy or could enjoy as much as I normally do on any other cruise because it was just awkward. Like I said, if you have any type of mobility issues, that will be a problem. Now, the other thing that I noticed, and even before going and looking at the material and looking at the app, is that if you are truly into fitness, health and wellness, meditation, yoga, then this ship is probably for you. There was a lot of uh, exercise classes that were actually included, excuse me, with the price that you paid. There were no extra charges for like the yoga classes and other things that were going on. They had a great fitness center. Um, but what I found interesting on the pool area, on the deck that it was on, there's a bar over there, and of course, there's plenty of places to lounge around and sit. Again, we had, I believe, the hot tub as well as the pool. But then there was like this other area with like, workout equipment. And it looked kind of odd, kind of in that area. Because, up on the deck, I believe above, I believe it was deck 16, there was actually like a gym. There was like a workout, boxing rink outside, punching bag, other types of equipment, if you wanted to work out. That's where the basketball court was upstairs on deck 16. So those things were a little odd. Like I said, the pool just didn't seem to work as well, excuse me, as well as it did. I'm trying to think. On day two, I believe I don't think we had any plans for any kinds of dinner reservations. I think that next night was actually day three. I think was once we got to Costa Maya. Um, but yeah, didn't do much, and I actually didn't drink much either. One of the things I will say, let's kind of talk about the bevy package, or what is basically the beverage package. Now, if you sailed on any other, we're going to call it traditional cruise line, you pretty much know how that works. Most of your sodas are usually not included. Usually, you get your juice and your water. That's usually what's included on a traditional cruise. Normally, you have to pay for your extra sodas or so on and so forth. Now, we do know on traditional cruises, they have the drink package. Now, one of the things that I discovered, especially with Carnival, is that with the drink package, that you normally have to, everyone in your cabin has to buy the drink package. Now, I've asked Carnival on several occasions why is that? Because my thought process has always been this: if someone has an issue with drinking, and then you're making that person, because they're traveling with someone else who wants the drink package, they have to buy it. That could be detrimental to that other person. So one of the things that I like that Virgin got right to me was their um, bevy package in their bar tab. So let's break down the bevy the bevy package. Let me slow that down. So simply the package includes, that's already included. There's no extra fee for that. That includes your water, whether it's still or sparkling. It includes your coffee, your tea, and your actual sodas. Those were included. There were soda machines around. I did bring my own bottle so you could just fill it up at your leisure anytime you wanted ice and soda. Um, and again, those things were included. There was no extra fee for those. Now, if you were a drinker, then you got the bar tab. Now, the bar tab, once you downloaded the app, it was simply you paid $300. They were giving you a $50 more on this, so you now had $350. But here's the key: you only had to buy one. So actually, me and my sister could choose to just split that and then still have access to, um, you know, the bar tab. The nice thing about the bar tab is that it also worked off the ship when we were in the private island at Beach Club at Bimini. So it also worked there as well. So it worked on the ship there, and then it worked off the ship at the private beach club. So that's one of the things that I actually did like about their bevy pack, their bar tab, is that not everyone in your party had to buy it, so it could easily be split. But again, I didn't really drink a whole lot on this cruise, so we didn't even bother to opt in for it. And I will say this: a lot of times, once you download the app and you're all booked, try to book what you can through the app as soon as possible. Um, because I did run into some issues with some of the other things in terms of the entertainment, which we're going to talk about next. So, entertainment wise, I did not get a chance to really go to any shows, and their shows are not like what we would see in a traditional cruise line. From what I heard about it, they were different. But again, that's what Virgin, promotes itself as being different than any other cruise line and cruise ship. But the issue that I had with that, what I did not realize prior to setting sail, is that maybe I should have booked those. And I'm really kind of confused because I don't think that we were at full capacity. So I had even gotten like a queue to be notified if there might have been an opening, and it wasn't. Now, I thought about this later. Maybe one of the things that I could have done is maybe just gone downstairs to guest services, or to the spot where they were at the manor where they were having the show, and just seeing if I could get in, especially as an agent, and this being kind of, a way for us to really get to know the ship. Maybe I could have done that. So that, I'll take responsibility for that. Maybe I could have just, went downstairs and said, "Hey, I'm an agent. I love to get in and be able to see the show." But I didn't. But again, I heard kind of like mixed reviews about the shows, because it was different. I was really surprised too that there was, because it's an adult only, it's 18 plus, there was no comedian. There was no comedian of any kind. So I thought that that was interesting. I ran into one time walking through um, one bar to get to the restaurant, and I saw a band playing, and it wasn't necessarily my type of music, but people were sitting there and they were enjoying it. But that was really the only real entertainment that I saw. The other thing that I found a little odd was is that one of the things that they do, they offer, is that they have a pajama party. Now, I read about this pajama party prior to setting sail, so I brought pajamas to do just that. But I actually missed it. It was actually the first night, and I guess the other thing that I found strange was is that there aren't really a whole lot of announcements. Um, Everything is in the app, and I guess I just didn't look in the app to see what was going on that particular night. And so we kind of missed the pajama party, but there was no announcement either that it was going to happen, which again I thought was strange because when it came to Scarlet Night, which was, I believe that was day four, I believe, of us sailing. There was all kinds of hype about a Scarlet Night. Again, not so much an announcement, but there was the hype was going around about Scarlet Night and all the different activities that were happening prior to. So that was really kind of day two of our day aboard on the Virgin Voyage of Scarlett Lady. Again, we didn't do a whole lot. We just kind of relaxed. I actually spent a lot of time on my balcony. I will say this, as someone who has cruised a few times, I've stayed in the inside cabin, and I've had an outside cabin with a big window. I've had an outside cabin with just a porthole. And this was actually my first experience having a balcony. And I have to tell you, I'm hooked. I think we spent most of our time there, than we probably did on the ship itself. But I did walk around. I did check things out. I did go to the Lick Me ice cream is what it's called. Now, let's talk about the Lick Me ice cream. We talk about that versus a traditional cruise. So, on a traditional cruise, normally you have, the ice cream machines where you get your um, soft serve. You used to be prior to COVID, it used to be that you just go, walked up and served yourself. Now, I'm not sure how that's going to play out now that we're, in COVID, going through COVID, whatever stage we're in of COVID. We'll see how that works. But with on board the Scarlett Lady, it was simply they had maybe 6, 7 different flavors. You could try them. They gave you a choice of a regular waffle cone, chocolate waffle cone, or a red velvet waffle cone. You could get 1 or 2 scoops, and again, those were free. I enjoyed some chocolate ice cream, which was rich and very good, and I think some butter pecan one night. But again, great, great, great place to just kind of hang out and eat. Um, so again, that was just some of the places we did hang out at. The pizza shop, which was pretty cool. But they were open certain times, mostly like late evening up until early morning, maybe. Um, but yeah, I mean, nonetheless, we did eat there. Now, before I wrap this up, I did say we're gonna wrap this up, but before I wrap this up, we will talk about the galley. So one of the things that Virgin doesn't have is a main dining room like most cruise lines do. Again, we talked about this yesterday, 20 plus eateries. But their galley is simply you got maybe 5 or 6 different places up there. There's an all day dinner. I mean, all day breakfast, burgers. There's a bento box. There's a taco place. Um, there's a salad bar up there. Uh, Bread place and dessert. So there's quite a few things that are up there, and it's pretty much open all night. Here's what was nice about it: you simply went and you sat down. Each table had numbers on it, so they weren't necessarily assigned. You could sit wherever you chose to, but someone came over and took your order and brought it to you, which I thought was really kind of cool. Again, there was also another space up there that had this big kind of like freezer where you could get homemade ice cream bars, popsicles. Did not get one of those, but I will tell you that they looked absolutely delicious. Food was pretty good. I really did enjoy the food. There was plenty of places to eat, as I stated before. Things didn't, there were no extra cost for those things. So overall, the food was pretty good. Again, the pool could have been done a little better. I did enjoy the option when it came to drinks, having the bar tab and that just one person in your cabin could have it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So again, I don't like to keep these videos super, super long. It's already almost 18 minutes to this video, but I just wanted to come and make sure that I shot today's video. We talk about day 2 on board Scarlett Lady. Tomorrow we'll talk about day 3. Was when we set sail into Costa Maya, Mexico. First time in Costa Maya. Had a great time, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Again, guys, I want to thank you for checking out this video. Wishing you all peace, blessings, and prosperity. And as always, peace.